Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are Team Lucky 13. We're here today to tell you about NotaryBank. NotaryBank will revolutionize the way documents are notarized. Team Lucky 13, with over 50 years combined business experience, noticed a gap in notary customer services. This was confirmed via a survey conducted this week. Of respondents, 97% reported having used notary services in the past. However, only 16% were done at the client's home. 84% had to travel. Where did they travel? Well, the usual places. Banks, law offices, the notary's place of business, municipal offices, even supermarkets. The trouble with this is, you're on their time, you're on their schedule, you have to wait in line. Oftentimes you get to the bank just as they close. That just doesn't work for most people. Also gleaned from this survey was that only 31% ever paid for notary services. Those respondents that said they paid normally paid in the range of $1 to $10 for non-mortgage notary services. Those paying for mortgage notary services went anywhere from between $50 and $100, and even more than $100. Sometimes it's buried within closing costs. 69% reported receiving services for free. However, 78% of respondents said they would consider trying an online notary. 60% of all people that took this survey said they would pay for the convenience that an online notary service would provide. Remember, only 31% reported ever having paid for notary services in the past, but a full 60% would pay for an online notary service such as NotaryBank. Thus we introduced NotaryBank. NotaryBank works on laptops, desktops, tablets, and even smartphones, using technology such as FaceTime, Google+, and Skype to connect notaries and those people that want to use their services. Customers may schedule an appointment ahead of time or request on-demand services based on notaries who have signed up to be on call during a certain period of time. The NotaryBank website lists those that are available. Using high-speed internet and high-definition cameras, customers may meet with notary publics online, not requiring an in-person verification of their signatures. Is there a market for NotaryBank? You bet there is. 18 states already have laws allowing electronic notarization, and the National Association of Secretaries of State are pushing to move this nationwide. They're also working with Congress to try to put in place a law that will allow cross-state recognition of notarized acts. Further, since we sign notaries up for free and allow them to gain revenue directly through this NotaryBank service, they'll be clamoring for this, and the growth will be exponential. NotaryBank's innovation lies in its presence, the processes, and the solutions that allow customers to connect with notaries outside the normal workday whenever it's convenient for both parties. Customers and notaries alike will no longer have to travel to provide these services. NotaryBank is a true game changer in the notary services industry. NotaryBank has two ways of generating revenue. First is the flat transaction fee of 20% on all notary services. Each time a notary witnesses a signature, they may charge $1 to $3 for that act. If it's a mortgage-based service, they'll charge $50 to $100, depending on whether or not that meeting was scheduled ahead of time or is on demand. There's also a value-added service where NotaryBank maintains a cloud-hosted document management service for any notary or any business that might want to maintain all of their documents that they've had notarized through NotaryBank. The revenue projections you see here assume that only 5% of the 4.3 million U.S. notaries sign up for NotaryBank in year one. This progresses to 15%, 25%, and 50% over the next 3 years. Transaction revenue is based on the fees that we described in the previous slide. Subscription revenue represents only 5% of the annual subscribers signing up for a $30 per month subscription fee or $150 per year. NotaryBank has very little overhead, and that's reflected in these expense projections. So far, we've already raised $30,000 from our own savings, $50,000 from our friends and family, and we also expect an additional $200,000 from our ASU cohorts to come in the next few days. For every $100,000 you invest, you'll receive 1% ownership stake in the company. And this is a company that is expected to earn $6.87 million in revenue in year one and $130.5 million of estimated revenue over the first 4 years. Join us at NotaryBank, and together we'll change the way documents are notarized.